Hello everybody, this is Jack Dennis and welcome to our fly fishing and tying channel. I hope you're all having a good start to the new year and out tying a lot of flies. We started a couple of weeks ago with our Jack Dennis and Friends fly tying session. Our first one was with Dave Allison, and I'm going to be showing you some from the past. One of the things I've been involved with my fly tying career is setting up fly tying theaters and been involved with the many conclaves that fly fishing groups and clubs have over the country. And they really highlight tyers that you may not have ever met. And one of the best ones is ones in Idaho, both the Western Idaho Expo and the Eastern Idaho Expo, which is in Idaho Falls. They've been doing these fly tying get-togethers for a long time. We're talking over 30 years. So I want to do some highlights from some that I filmed in 2009 and 2010. And you'll get a chance to meet some names you know, and maybe some names you didn't know. And one of the nice things about tying at these expos is all the excitement and sounds of people going around telling lots and lots of fly fishing stories. Most of them may be exaggerated. But one of the nice things about the theater is you get a chance to listen to the tyers talk about their experiences and answer questions. I think you're going to enjoy them. We're going to start this week with several. We'll try to give you the most information. And I know some of you are going to say, wow, you know, I don't know about the materials. Well, these are really uncut. So, you know, you do your best on figuring it out. But I think you're going to enjoy the interaction with the crowd and with the tyers. And really uncut and I think extremely fun. Let's get going. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the next fly tyer. His name is Bill Heckle. He passed away in 2017, but in 2012 he was at the Eastern Idaho Fly Tying Fair demonstrating his Biot flies. He had been tying since the early 70s and was very involved with the Federation of Fly Fishermen, who has taught fly tyers and fly fishermen throughout the country for over 50 years. Bill is one of the great tyers, and you will enjoy his look at fly tying.
We'll use a brown again. Okay. The first thing I always like to do with this pattern is I want to get the wings mounted on the hook. And this is basically a thorax tie. And the smaller the hook, the further back to the center of the hook your wings are going to go. What I'm using for my winging, and I started originally using schlappen, but the problem with the schlappen is it tends to get a little stiff and have too much resistance, and you don't want that in your fly. You can use CDC, or what I prefer to use is chickaboo, and it's very soft, has no resistance to it whatsoever. And again, just like the standard dry fly, the length of your wing is the length of the hook shank. So we're going to bind this guy down. And when you trim this material, lay your scissors flat so that it tapers the butt ends of them. And then what we're going to do is post this wing so it holds its shape. And now I'm going to wrap the thread back to the bend of the hook. and we're going to do another ball of dubbing, similar, similar to the spinner. And we're essentially using the same system or the same technique for doing the tails on this fly as we did on the on a spinner, although they're not as long, and basically what you're looking for is as close to a 90-degree angle between the tailing as you can get. Okay. Okay, there we are. We got that done. In this case, as a size 14, I'll use 2 microfibettes on both sides of the hook shank, putting the first 2 on my side as I did with the spinner. The length of these tails are only the length of the body of the fly. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go back, wrap back close to, and if possible, get into this ball of dubbing to start getting the tail to flare the way I want it to flare. And I think I messed it up. I let it go. Okay, here we go. There we are. Take 2 more microfibettes. I'm going to match up the tips again. Well, that gets off of my fingers here. Throw a loop, and you can see what happens. The tailing flips to the other side. I'm going to wrap back into this ball of dubbing. Now, when you do this, make sure that you hold up on the material on the far side of the hook so it doesn't roll. And sort of put a little downward pressure on your side as you wrap back into this ball of dubbing. Okay, there we are. Come on, get down there, you. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to bind down the material near the thorax of the fly and get rid of the excess. All right, I'm going to bring the thread back to the rear of the fly again. And in this case, I'm going to use an olive-colored Biot, basically for a pale morning dun. We will tie it in by the tip end again. And I'm going to now advance the thread so that it's in front of the wing and just let it hang so it's out of the way. And again, as with the spinner, when you wrap this, You are wrapping it with the concave side of the biot facing the hook, and you're making the wraps one in front of the other. Do not overlap it, or you'll lose your segmentation. Come on here we go. Here we are. Oh, I'll let go of it. That's not good. Well, we'll have to start this body over again. That's the way my day is gone. There we go. Well, we'll start it again here. There we are. Pulled out again on me. I am not used to tying on a schedule, I can tell you that. Here we go. Boy, I can't do that today, can I? Come on, get up there. There we go. There we got it. Okay, we'll get rid of the excess here. Okay, now we're going to go down to the butt end of this thing again. We're going to get the wider biot. And again, I'm going to tie this in by the tip end with the concave side facing away from the hook. And I hope that here it didn't blow away on me. We tie in our hackle. And we'll get rid of the excess quill. Get out of there, you. There we go. And we need some more dubbing. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this wing back, and I'm going to make the first few wraps tight at the base on the front side of the wing. Come back to the back side and do the same thing. Bring your dubbing up in front. And I've got one flue sticking there I don't want out there, so we'll get rid of it. take 2 wraps of the hackle behind the wing and 2 wraps in front of the wing. There we go. Now I'm going to roll the thing over here. We're going to pull this biot up through the quill, the hackle. And again, in this case, what you really want to try to do is strive to keep the amount of hackle on both sides equal. And get rid of the excess material. Build a head. And we'll whip finish this guy. And that is